Friends, let us continue the CET questions on thermodynamics. Now we are in question number 75. The efficiency of a Carnot engine is 50%. So efficiency is 50%. When the temperature of the outlet is 500 Kelvin, in order to increase the efficiency to 60%, keeping temperature of intake the same, what is the temperature of the outlet? So first of all, student, here in the beginning they have given the outlet temperature, that is sink temperature 500 Kelvin. T1 is not at all given. Okay, but what you do is just keeping the outlet temperature as same, keeping the intake temperature same. So T1 is same in both cases, but still you want to increase the efficiency to 60%. Now what should be the value of T2 so that for the same source temperature the efficiency is going to increase to 60%. So what I do, if I use this efficiency expression, and I will able to find out T1 value first. Now efficiency is a 0.5 equals 1 minus T2 is 500 by T1. Now 500 divided by T1 is 1 minus 0.5 and 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5. Now T1 is equal to 500 divided by 0.5, so 1000 Kelvin. Remember students, this is the intake temperature. Now I take the same intake temperature and efficiency as 60%. For that I have to find out the sink temperature, that is the outlet temperature. For that I am using the efficiency expression 1 minus T2 dash by T1. Okay, now that means T2 dash by T1 is 1 minus efficiency dash. Second case efficiency is 60%. 60% is 0.6, so it becomes 0.4. Okay, I want T2 dash. T2 dash is 1000 times 0.4. You know how 1000? Because it is T1. T1 into 0.4. So that becomes 400 Kelvin. Option 4. Students, let me redo it here. T2 dash by T1 is 1 minus efficiency dash. And 1 minus efficiency dash is 0.6 because 60% is 0.6. Now T2 dash by T1 is 0.6. Then T2 dash is 0.6 times T1. Okay, sorry, 1 minus 0.6 is 0.4. And this is going to become 0.4 T1. Then T2 dash is 0.4 times T1 is 1000. Then T2 dash is 400 Kelvin. Students, I am doing the same thing here. The same thing done here. I have repeated the steps here. Suppose if you have confused, if you are confusing with these steps, please go through the thing in this also. ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇನೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೇನೋ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇನೆ, 50% ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಇದೆ, ಔಟ್ಲೆಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಅದು ಸಿಂಕ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ 50% ಟು 60% ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ವಿತ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಇನ್ಟೇಕ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದ ಔಟ್ಲೆಟ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕೇಸ್ಗೆ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಟೇಕ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1000 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್. And now take the new efficiency 0.6, intake temperature T1 as 1000 Kelvin only, and for 1000 Kelvin intake temperature, efficiency 60%, what is the sink temperature? That is outlet temperature. That means T2 dash is going to be like that. #76. Heat cannot by itself flow from a body at a lower temperature to a body at higher temperature is a statement or consequence of second law of thermodynamics. That means, students, generally we know heat flows from higher temperature to lower temperature on its own. So there nothing is required to make heat flow to flow from higher to lower temperature. But if you want to make heat to flow from lower to higher, some work has to be done. So it cannot easy, or it cannot happen that heat is going to flow from lower to higher. That's not possible. This is what given in the second law of thermodynamics, students. That is option A. That is the statements. Actually, there are two statements in the second law of thermodynamics. One of the statement is, no, it is not possible to make heat flow from the lower temperature to higher temperature, or a body at lower temperature to a body at higher temperature. That's one of the statement. It's not the total statement of second law, students. One statement is based on the efficiency of the engine. Second statement is based on this one. So that is option A. The first operation involved in a Carnot cycle. The first operation means in a Carnot cycles, the cylinder is kept on a source and heat is absorbed from the source by the working substance. So there is an expansion of the gas isothermally. So isothermal expansion is the first operation involved in the Carnot cycle. 78. The efficiency of Carnot engine when source temperature is T1 and the sink temperature T2 will be. So general expression for efficiency is 1 minus T2 divided by T1. So this is going to become T1 minus T2 divided by T1. It is option number A. 79. An ideal refrigerator has a freezer at a temperature of minus 13 degree Celsius. That means here T2 is the freezer which is at minus 13 degrees Celsius. You add 273 to it. So that is going to be 260 Kelvin. The coefficient of performance, which is beta, is going to be 5. Then the temperature of the air, that is the heat rejected, will be. That means T1 we have to find out. Okay. Students, we have a formula for coefficient of performance, which is beta equals T2 divided by T1 minus T2, where T2 is 260 divided by T1 minus T2 is T1 minus 260. And you know beta value, it is 5. Cross multiply it. 5 into T1 minus 260, it is 260. It is 5 T1 minus 1300 is 260, which means 5 T1 is 1560. Then T1 is 1560 divided by 5. It is going to be 312 Kelvin. So this is the source temperature, students. You need to think 312 Kelvin is in Celsius. So in Celsius, 312 Kelvin is done by subtracting 273 from it. Okay, 312 minus 273 is 39 degree Celsius. 39 degree Celsius. So T2 is the sink temperature minus 13 degree. It will be converted into Kelvin square by adding 273 to it. It becomes 260 Kelvin. Coefficient of the performance of the engine is 5. The source temperature we have to determine, because to the source only the heat will be rejected from the refrigerator. So that source temperature is T1. And coefficient of performance formula is beta is T2 by T1 minus T2. So this is for 79th question. Next, an engine is supposed to operate between two reservoirs at temperature T1 is 727 degrees Celsius. Convert that into Kelvin square by adding 273, which is going to become 1000 Kelvin. The sink temperature is 227 degrees Celsius. Adding 273 to it, it becomes 500 Kelvin. Then the efficiency will be equal to 1 minus T2 by T1. It's 1 minus 500 divided by 1000, which is equal to 500 divided by 1000. So efficiency is 0.5, which is 50%. So 0.5 is what? Half. So you need to convert both the source temperature and sink temperature into Kelvin square. 727 adding 273 to it. When you make ice cubes, the entropy of water. First of all, entropy is disorderness. But when you make ice cubes, so when water is converted into ice cube, the orderness will increase, the disorderness will decrease. So disorderness means entropy of water will decrease. Option C. But same way, if ice cube melts into water, so disorderness will increase, so entropy will increase. But same way, when water is converted into ice, the disorderness will decrease, which shows entropy will decrease. The efficiency of Carnot engine is 0.5 when the temperature of the source is T1 and the temperature of the sink is T2. The efficiency of another Carnot engine is also 0.5. Then the temperature of source and sink of the second engine are respectively. So obviously there are 2T1, 2T2 because efficiency expression is 1 minus T2 by T1. Okay. And this is equal to 0.5. To get the same efficiency, do one thing. Both T2 and T1 will be multiplied by 2. So 2T2, 2T1. So that means the source temperature is going to be 2T1, the sink temperature is going to be 2T2. So if both are 2 times increased, the efficiency will not change. It remain 0.5. It is going to be option A. A refrigerator with coefficient of performance 1 by 3. So beta is 1 by 3. It releases 200 joule of heat to reservoir, which means it releases 200 joule of heat to reservoir. Releases means, is it Q2 or Q1? That is important to us. So releases means Q1 is given 200 joule. Okay, if Q1 is 200, I don't know what is Q2. I have to find out the work done, students. So first, let me use the coefficient of performance formula. Beta is equal to Q2 divided by work done. And this work done is also equal to Q1 minus Q2. Q2 by Q1 minus Q2. Now what I do? Now let me substitute beta as 1 by 3 is equal to Q2 divided by Q1 minus Q2. Cross multiply. Now 3Q2 is equal to Q1 minus Q2. Or I can write minus Q2 is taken to the left hand side. It becomes plus Q2. So 4Q2 is equal to Q1. That means Q2 equals Q1 divided by 4, and Q1 is 200, that is divided by 4, that is 50 joule. This is Q2. As I know already Q1 value 200 joule, then work done here is equal to Q1 minus Q2, where Q1 is 200 and Q2 is 50. 200 minus 50 is 150 joule. That is option D is the correct answer. So 150 joule is the work done. See, the main thing is you need to know what is to be considered Q1 and what is to be considered Q2. The heat rejected will be considered Q1. The heat absorbed will be considered Q2 here. But in the case of source, in the case of Carnot engine, it is exactly opposite. Because Carnot engine and refrigerator, they are exactly working style is opposite. In Carnot engine, heat absorbed is Q1, heat rejected is Q2. But whereas in refrigerator, it is a reversible one. It's opposite to the engine, Carnot engine. In refrigerator, heat absorbed is Q2, heat rejected is Q1. It's their opposite. In Carnot engine, heat is absorbed from the source and it is rejected to sink. Whereas in the refrigerator, heat is absorbed from the sink and it is rejected to source. That's the difference. If you understand the difference between these two, definitely you can solve any type of questions based on Carnot engine and refrigerator. And the last question, students. There is a Carnot engine operating between temperatures T1 and T2 has efficiency 1 by 6. So it is 1 by 6. T1 and T2 are the efficiencies, temperatures. Suppose if the T2 is lowered by 62, that means if the sink temperature is decreased by 62, the efficiency becomes 1 by 3. Then what are T1 and T2? That is the question. Let me take the efficiency expression, that is 1 minus T2 divided by T1. Here efficiency is given 1 by 6. Then it is 1 minus T2 by T1. Then T2 by T1 is equal to 1 minus 1 by 6. So that becomes 5 by 6. So I got to know the ratio of T2 by T1 as 5 by 6. Let it be equation number 1. Now, if sink temperature is lowered means decreased. By how much? 62 Kelvin. The efficiency becomes 1 by 3. Now, the new efficiency expression is 1 minus T2 dash by T1. Efficiency expression, new efficiency is 1 minus T2 dash by T1. But the new efficiency is 1 by 3. It is 1 minus T2 dash is T2 minus 62 because you are lowering the sink temperature by 62 T1. Now 1 by 3 equals 1 minus T2 by T1 minus into minus plus 62 by T1. Now 1 by 3 equals 1 minus. If you look back, T2 by T1 is 5 by 6 in equation 1. Substitute it as 5 by 6 plus 62 by T1. Now 1 by 3 equals 1 minus 5 by 6 is 1 by 6 plus 62 by T1. Then I want 62 by T1. It becomes 1 by 3 minus 1 by 6. 6 is the LCM. It is 2 minus 1. It becomes 1 by 6. Then 62 by T1 is 1 by 6. That means T1 is equal to 62 into 6. which is 372 Kelvin. This is the source temperature. But as we already know that T2 by T1 is 5 by 6, that implies T2 is 5 by 6 times T1. Then T2 is equal to 5 by 6 times T1 is 372. That becomes it is 72 times. Now 62 times, sorry, 62 times. Now 62 into 5 is 310 Kelvin. This is the sink temperature and this is the source temperature. Students, let me repeat. Here in the question, source and sink temperature are T1 and T2. Efficiency is 1 by 6. I have used that efficiency 1 by 6. I got the T2 T1 ratio as 5 by 6. In the second case, they reduce the sink temperature by 62 Kelvin. When the temperature of the sink is reduced by 62 Kelvin, efficiency changed to 1 by 3. Okay, now put efficiency 1 by 3. The new sink temperature is T2 dash, where T2 dash is equal to T2 minus 62. Next, it's 1 by 3 is 1 minus T2 minus 62 by T1. Simplification is done. Simple mathematics steps involved here to find out T1 and T2. Remember students, all the values are in Kelvin only because the efficiency expression itself is in terms of Kelvin scale. So final answers of T1 and T2 should be in Kelvin scale. So it is 372 and 310. So the options are A, 372 Kelvin and 310 Kelvin. Students, this is actually the completion of CET part. So if you go through question number 1 to question number 84 in thermodynamics, very simple steps are involved. Maximum questions are based on the first law of thermodynamics. It's based on isothermal expansion or isothermal process or adiabatic process, like that. Remember students one thing, whenever I used the isothermal process, there is delta U becomes a 0. Whenever I used isochoric process, delta W is taken as 0. And other than first law of thermodynamics, even we have used the expression for work done during isothermal process and work done during adiabatic process. See, out of 84 questions, around 20 to 30 questions are based on first law of thermodynamics. Please go to that. Next, and some of the questions are even based on the efficiency of Carnot engine, and some questions are based on the performance, coefficient of performance in a refrigerator. So there are totally 84 questions based on the first law of thermodynamics, the isothermal process work done, adiabatic process work done, efficiency of engine, and coefficient of performance. I hope you understand all these things, and if you do not understand, please repeat the videos again and again. And another important thing, we are having offline classes in the college also. Once you go through these videos, anywhere, any point, if you are not understanding, you can easily contact us in the college itself, because now we are doing an offline class. What I suggest you is, please go through the video once or twice. After that, you come and meet us. Whatever the things possible to us, whatever the things which is possible for us to make you people easy learning, we will do that. So don't hesitate to ask anything. So because now we are available, because in the previous recorded videos we were not available because no classes were conducted in the college. Now classes are conducted, everybody is coming. I hope you understand the theory and you understood the theory of thermodynamics. And even after going through these videos of CET, if you do not understand, do not hesitate to ask any doubts related to CET questions. Thank you.